Welcome to The Samaritan by Lara. This is Act 2, Scene 2. We're going to give it a mayor's visit. So, generally, the bottom of contentions, the issues, the major key aspects that come out in this particular scene is that there is the mayor's visit. This is the Liberty Media, the rebranded Liberty Media. Your narrator is Shalok Tabiga, me right over here. And let's learn together. First of all, I want to acknowledge and also thank you as my viewers and also my listeners out there. It is through you that we've come this far. Otherwise, I'm finding reason really to give back because I realized that through partnership, because it looks like you being there and I over here, that we are materializing something. But at the end of the day, one thing is going to really be actualized. So if you're this particular one person and you feel that you're not somebody, you are someone, and get that one from me. And in case again you're this particular person who came across this particular work accidentally, or a good friend of yours did refer to this channel, how about that next time around you don't want again to keep on being referred by friends, you give it a thumbs up, a like, a subscription. Don't forget to leave that notification bell on so that in the future uploads you'll be the first one to be notified of our proceedings. And without that much further ado, I just want to welcome to Act 2, Scene 2 of The Samaritan by Lara. And here we are. So, we have the school principal, Narine, is seated in the boardroom. Shalini, the secretary, informs her that Nicole has come to see her. Remember the previous scene where the principal, that is Narine, calls Nicole when Nicole had a session with Alvita and who? And the other guy. And then, so the secretary, Charlene, the secretary informs her that Nicole has come to do what? To see her. The principal apologizes to Nicole for interfering with her schedule, and informs her that Mayor Mosi is on his way to see her, possibly to follow her on his directive of stopping the national launch of the Samaritan app. Nicole asked the principal if she has communicated the message from the Minister of Education on the matter to the mayor's office, and she says that she did send it. The principal says that the app has sent shockwaves across the municipality and has many leaders and other people in panic. Therefore, she feels that the app is dangerous and Nicole needs to find a way of shutting it down. Nicole says that the people think she's behind the apps because she's in charge of innovation and mentored 2 students. The mayor pays a visit to Nicole to convince her into deleting the damaging information about him on the app. Miss Nicole is adamant and says that she doesn't own the app or have any rights as it was being handled from the national level and she could do nothing about it. The mayor distances himself from most of the blame and accusations mentioned in the Samaritan. He points out various instances of misappropriation of public resources, embezzlement of funds, and the shoddy work done by contractors, which is as a result of rogue leadership in the municipality. Nicole reminds him as being guilty, for he is for most of the crimes done under his watch, as he has not rebuked or sued any of the leaders he claims to be involved in such matters. The mayor accuses Nicole for being politically motivated, and she was being used by politicians to fight him through the Samaritan. Okay. Quickly, let's look at that. Was very abrupt, very short again. Let's look at the issues, the bone of contentions, the thematic concerns that come out clearly from this particular scene. Remember, we see that this is scene 2 of Act 2, scene 2. 1, we have got the misappropriation of public funds. That has come out very clear from what you've just said. The contractors are paid money for quality work, yet they do shoddy work. For example, the roads are left in very poor conditions, like an abandoned battlefield where bombs are detonated. That's on page 62. Mosi reveals to Nicole that many of the people in charge of tenders given to contractors who do shoddy, or they give to contractors who do shoddy work and misappropriate funds. Mosi also says that he is accused of inflating the cost of projects and presiding over shoddy municipal work. And that is on page 62. Ted, the municipal secretary for the Department of Health and Environment, is said to have eaten the whole hospital. He also ensures that companies associated with his relatives and friends won tenders, and he conspired with them to steal all the money that they had budgeted for the health centers. And that is on page 64. They only put on site offices that look like cowsheds. Anyone can build anything as long as they part with $1 when they see they meet the Secretary of the Municipal Department of Planning and Development, Seymour. That is found on page 65 to page 66. Moses says that a section of the municipal leaders demand that he approves a budget of reallocating funds so as to give each council member money to fight court cases that might come up against them. That is on page 68. Another bone of contention: greed and corruption. Greed and corruption. The mayor attempts to bribe Ms. Nicole and the students to withdraw the Samaritan app since it was exposing a lot of ill about the municipality leaders. He tells her to name the amount she needs. Seymour is corrupt. He delays in issuing building approvals in Maracas municipality. The mayor says that one cannot get a building approval unless one parts with some dollars. Honorable Ted embezzles funds that the mayor accuses him of eating the whole hospital. He refers to him as the bat. He does so by giving tenders to his relatives and friends. They only put up some site offices that look like cowshed. That is it. And then Seymour also bribed people to get into office, hence they voted him unanimously. That is on page 67. He also bought a degree certificate downtown so that he can vie for leadership. Anyone can build anything as long as they part with $1 when they see they meet the Secretary of the Municipal Department of Planning and Development, Seymour. That is on page 65 to 66. Seymour does not care whether people are there to proper building standards. That's greed and, of course, corruption. Nicole tells the mayor that the leaders who are criminal should be judged in court, as Mosi says judges are worse than temple robbers because they are part of the syndicate involved in corruption. And all the municipal leaders eat the whole loaf together with the wrapping where possible, and even the vendor himself. Mosi says that Honorable Ramdaye's entire family, including in-laws, outlaws, great-great-parents, children and wife, are doing all the municipal projects under Ramdaye's department. Mosi also claims that Justice Ian Jedin has also granted his wife relatives to conduct business with the municipal. Ramdaye, who is in charge of the construction of roads, does shoddy work, yet he is paid well for the job. Page 62. People of Maracas municipality suffer because of the conmanship behavior portrayed by Ramdaye of printing fake title deeds and selling the same piece of land to different people. Honorable Ted also is greedy and selfish when he constructs sub-site offices that look like cowshed and pockets the rest of the money. Remember Honorable Ted? Yeah, the second to the mayor. Health facilities meant to benefit the community are not constructed, and money is pocketed by people like Honorable Ted. Seymour does not care whether people are there to proper building standards. Nicole tells the mayor that the leaders who are criminal should be judges in court, and Moses says judges are worse than people, temple robbers, because they are part of the syndicate that is involved in corruption. Good students, you can find that on page 67. Another issue, a bone of contention that shows up clearly in this particular episode, in this particular scene, that is Act 2, Scene 2, is the crime and lawlessness. Honorable Seymour has a criminal gang by the name Black Swan Gang. The mayor fears Seymour because he is very dangerous in town. Seymour has a hand in them. Seymour sells drugs and he is responsible for narcotics trafficking, making children to drop out of school. Some have died and others roam the streets aimlessly. Almost all the leaders and criminals in drug trafficking, murder, and corruption that destroys lives and loots from the people. Another theme that comes out clearly is the abuse of office, misuse of power, and negligence of duty. Abuse of office, misuse of power, and negligence of duty. The mayor's deputy uses his position to ensure that only his companies or those of his relatives win tenders for road construction in the municipality. That is on page 62. The deputy doubles as a municipal secretary for the Department of Fiscal Infrastructure. Ted, that is the municipal secretary for the Department of Health and Environment, is said to have eaten the whole hospital. He also ensures that companies associated to his relatives and friends won tenders, and he conspired with them to steal all the money that they had budgeted for the health centers. And that is on page 64. They only put on site offices that look like cowsheds. People of Maracas, therefore, municipality suffer because of the conmanship behavior portrayed by Ramdaye of printing fake title deeds and selling the same piece of land to different people. Anyone can build anything as long as they part with $1 when they see they meet the secretary to the Municipal Department of Planning and Development, Seymour. That is on page 65 to 66. He also delays unnecessarily in issuing building approvals in the municipality and is a self-seeking secretary. Seymour does not care whether people are there to proper building standards. Nicole, remember Nicole, tells the mayor that the leaders who are criminals should be judges in court, and Mosi says judges are worse than temple robbers because they are part of the syndicate involving corruption. Mosi says that Honorable Ramdaye's entire family, including in-laws, outlaws, great-grandparents, children and wife, are doing all the municipal projects under Ramdaye's department. Mosi also claims that Justice Ian Dine has also granted his wife relatives to conduct business with the municipal. Nareen, now the principal, tells Mosi that she had sent a copy of the letter a month ago. The mayor says his in tray is full of letters because he has always been busy. Given that it is his duty to read every letter daily, it shows that he is not working at all. Another theme that comes out evidently in this particular scene, that is Act 2, Scene 2, is that of selfishness, egocentrism, and of course nepotism. And then there we have Mosi fears what could happen in case an earthquake strikes the buildings constructed in the municipality. Ted, that is, remember, a second in command to the mayor, that is the municipal secretary for the Department of Health. No, not the second in command, quick students. That is the municipal secretary of the Department of Health and Environment is said to have eaten the whole hospital. He also ensures that companies associated to his relatives and friends won tenders and conspired with them to steal all the money that they had budgeted for the health centers. They only put on site offices that look like cowsheds. People of Maracas municipality suffer because of the conmanship behavior portrayed by Ramdaye of printing fake title deeds and selling the same piece of land to different people. That is, of course, selfishness, egocentrism, and nepotism. Anyone can build anything as long as they part with $1 when they see they meet the secretary to the Municipal Department of Planning and Development, Seymour. He also delays unnecessarily in issuing building approvals in the municipality and is a self-seeking secretary. Mosi says that a section of the municipal leaders demand that he approves a budget of reallocating funds so as to give each council member money to fight court cases that might come up against them. The reallocation of the budget is meant to cater for their interests. Selfishness, though. Mosi says that Honorable Ramdaye's entire family, including in-laws, outlaws, great-grandparents, children, and wife, are doing all the municipal projects under Ramdaye's department. Mosi also claims that Justice Ian Jardine Jaden rather, has also granted his wife relatives to conduct business with the municipal. We also have intimidation and fear. That is the sixth. Mosi fears what could happen in case an earthquake strikes the building constructed in the municipality. Semo is implicated by Mosi as one who cannot be prosecuted because he is dangerous. He has a connection with the mysterious disappearance of people in town. He is also behind the murderous Black Swan gang, responsible for shooting and violence. Mosi also threatens Nicole, indicating that in case she does not delete any post in the Samaritan that casts on him in negative light, she will learn of who Mosi or Tunya is because he is a mayor and will do what he cannot discover. We also have drug peddling and trafficking. Mosi says that Seymour sells drugs, narcotics, trafficking, hence many children have dropped out of school, and that is between page 66 to 67. He traffics drugs all over, and that has led to the destruction of lives of many people, including his own. Seymour's wife, in his own wife, is cabbage too. No, including his own. Some of them have ended up being cabbage and useless. That is page 67 and 70. In other words, Seymour's wife is his own wife is a cabbage too. We also have blackmailing. Mayor Moses says that a section of the municipal leaders is demanding that he approves a budget and reallocating to give each member money to fight court cases that might come up against them. In case he fails to do so, they will pass a vote of no confidence on him. Mosi also threatens Nicole, indicating that in case she does not delete any post in the Samaritan that cast on him in negative light, she will learn of who Mosi or Tunya is because he is a mayor and he will do what she cannot discover. We also have a theme of ignorance in this particular scene. Remember, it is Act 2, Scene 2, good students. Mosi insinuates that the citizens vote the leaders ignorantly without necessarily considering the leadership qualifications and that is why leaders end up not serving their interests. They vote in leaders such as Seymour and Ted as a result of their opulence, the bribes that they give them, and how they dress in bling-blings, satanic chains, and other displays. Escapism. Mosi shifts blame by saying that the real culprit behind every problem in the society in the teaching profession. He says that the teachers do not teach the right thing and the products who conduct mess are a product on the school system. He blames the judges too for hawking justice. Though he is the key leader of the municipal, he averts blame to his assistants such as the deputy Seymour for not doing anything rather than selling drugs, or Seymour was his deputy and not Ted, as we had said previously, good students. The point of correction. So though he is the key leader of the municipal, he averts blame to his assistants, such as his deputy Seymour for not doing anything rather than selling drugs, page 70. He also blames Ted for his nepotism and corrupt ways that eat into the council's funds. He generally believes that the voters are responsible for the poor leadership because they elected monkeys into the office and when it holders, they need not to complain. That found it on page 71. Good students, I just want to thank you, a very big thank you. Those are my tiny details there. You can reach me through those details for any further inquiries. But above all, I just want to say that you've been the people. You've been successful because you are the one behind the success of this particular channel right here. Kudos, man, kudos, and thank you big time. Adios for now.